students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is lesson number 9, and the name of the chapter is natural disaster. So when you watch this video, you just open your book and look at the test, and you see the blackboard. I have written the contents of this chapter. That is about today's topic will be on natural disaster, types of natural disasters, their causes, and the measures of safety. Okay, so before we start this chapter, let's know first that what is natural disaster. Okay, natural disaster is an event caused by forces of nature that cause heavy destruction to life and property. Okay, and this natural disaster is also known as natural calamities. Understood? Like some examples of natural disasters like earthquake, flood, droughts, and cyclones. You might have heard before about these disasters. Okay, so in this chapter today we are going to talk about these natural disasters and the causes of these natural disasters and the measures of safety. Okay, so firstly let's start from the earthquake. So what is an earthquake? I think all of you have known what is earthquake. An earthquake is the sudden trembling or shaking of the surface of the earth. Okay, earthquakes can cause minor and sometimes it cause very severely. Okay, so that when it cause very severely, many tall buildings collapse. Okay, means many tall buildings falls, and many lives of the peoples, means many people they lost their lives, and they lost the properties. Okay, lost the properties and lost their lives. Okay, it's depending upon the magnitude. Understood? It depends upon the magnitude. Magnitude means the measure of how strong and violent it is. Okay, so the magnitude of earthquakes ranges from 0 to 9 on the Richter scale. Okay, on the Richter scale, the magnitude of earthquakes ranges from 0 to 9. Okay, the destruction caused by earthquakes increases with the increase in the magnitude. For example, like if the earthquake with a magnitude of 3.6, okay, that earthquake is minor. Okay, and if the earthquake with a magnitude of 7.8, it is very, means that earthquake is very severe and it leads to the collapse of tall buildings. Okay, so the earthquake tremors are measured by an instrument called seismograph. Now what is seismograph? It is an instrument. Okay, it is an instrument by which the earthquake tremors can be measured. Understood? Okay, now let's talk about the causes of an earthquake, means how the earthquake occurs. Okay, the earth's crust is made up of vast plates of solid rocks. Okay, and the earth's crust is made up of a vast plate. Okay, vast plate of solid rocks, and that plates of solid rocks are known as what? Tectonic plates. Okay, if there is any kind of disturbance, okay, if there is any kind of disturbance along the joints of these plates, an earthquake occurs. Okay, now the place of origin of an earthquake deep inside the earth is called the focus. So what is focus here? Means what is focus written here? The place of origin, okay, of an earthquake deep inside the earth is called the focus. Okay, and the point on the earth's surface directly above the focus of an earthquake is called the epicenter. Understood? And when earthquake occurs, the place closest to that epicenter, okay, suffers the most extensive damage. Okay, and the vibration travels from the focus to the surface of the earth. Understood? And like some areas which are prone to earthquakes, those kind of areas are known as what? Seismic zone. Okay, some areas which are prone to earthquake, that kind of areas are called seismic zones. Like in India, the Himalayan range, the Himalayan range is prone to earthquake, okay, as it lies in the seismic zone. Understood? Now let's talk on measures for safety. When earthquake occurs, we can take some following measures like moving out to open areas through emergency exit doors. Okay, when earthquake occurs, we should move out. Okay, we should move out to open areas. Okay, we should move out to open areas, and also we should avoid using any lifts and elevators. Okay, and also we should stay away from solid structures like lampposts, electric transformers, and also we should stay away from tall trees, tall buildings. Okay, and if you are inside, if you are stuck indoors, means if you are inside the home and you are not able to come out, means move out from the house, we should, means in that case you should take shelter under a study table or desk. Understood? Now after this, let's talk about flood. Okay, I think you know what is meant by flood. Okay, and I think you might have seen that a flood occurs when a river overflows its banks and submerges the nearby areas. Okay, floods cause a loss of damage to life, property and crops. Okay, floods cause a loss of damage to life, property and crops. When flood water recedes, okay, means when flood waters move from one place to another, there may be an outbreak of diseases such as malaria and cholera. Means when just because the water, means this flood water is very dirty, when this flood water recedes, means move from one place to another, there may be an outbreak of diseases. Means people may suffer from disease such as malaria and cholera. Okay, these diseases may spread rapidly, leading to epidemics. Means epidemics, the meaning of epidemics is outbreak of disease on a large scale. Means this disease may spread rapidly, leading to outbreak of disease on a large scale. Okay, now causes of floods. Okay, how these floods occurs, let's know. There are several causes of floods. However, the most common cause of flood is extensive and heavy rainfall. As we all know that the most common reason why the flood occurs is heavy rainfall. Okay, excessive and heavy rainfall. Okay, in some areas, due to extreme heat in summers, excessive quantity of snow melts. Okay, due to that the level of the water in the river increase. Okay, so this lead to overflowing and flooding of the rivers. Okay, and sometimes dams may overflow because of heavy rains or get damaged and release extra water. Okay, which may also cause floods. And floods can also be caused by landslides. Okay, floods can also be caused by landslides which block the river, and some other causes of floods like strong tides, cyclones and tsunamis. Understood? Now let's talk about the measures for safety. We can prepare for floods in the following ways, like elevated areas should be identified. Elevated areas means like some high area or hilly area. Okay, hilly areas should be identified, and one should figure out how to reach that areas. Okay, in case of emergencies. Okay, in flood prone areas, an emergency kit, means in flood prone areas emergency kit is necessary. Okay, which contain strong ropes for tying things. Okay, a radio, a torch and sparing batteries, stock of fresh water and food should be kept handy. Okay, so these things is very necessary in flood prone areas. Okay, all the electrical appliances in the house should be switched off. Means during flood, all the things which are related to electricity should be switched off and unplugged. Okay, in flood prone areas all the dams should be checked. Okay, all the dams should be checked and maintained regularly. Okay, on regular basis. Okay, more trees should be planted. Okay, in the flood prone areas more trees should be planted along river banks to control the flow of water. Okay, in the flood prone areas we should plant more and more trees. Okay, so that the trees control the flow of water. Understood? So for today let's stop here, and some more topics are left. So about the on that topic we will talk in our next video.